everyone, and welcome to Yemides Kitchen YouTube channel, where we provide you food for the soul. My name is Folaimi Ojo and I'm the founder of Yemides Kitchen. If you are looking to learn any new Afro-Caribbean recipes or learn how to make meal plans with them, or even how to organize and make sure your kitchen is clean, or you need some business tips and business ideas on how to operate and run a food business, or you're interested in making some menus for your food business, well, you need to stick around and click that subscribe button because this channel is just for you. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you so much, first of all, for hanging in there. And do leave your comments and feedback on how our videos are going for you so far. If there's anything that you would want us to talk about on our videos, do send us a message or a DM at Yemides Kitchen across all our social media platforms. Thank you so much, guys. So let's get right into the videos for today. So today on our channel, we're going to be talking about one of my favorite topics. So I received a question from our Instagram account asking directly, and I quote, one second, how do I keep my kitchen clean and organized, especially when I have a small kitchen? Now, this is just the perfect thing because I started Yemides Kitchen in a very small kitchen. So I am here to give you my top 10 tips and things I do to ensure that my kitchen is kept clean and organized at all times. And just a disclaimer, guys, the tips I'm going to give you are just examples of some of the things I have done. They're not like set in stone rules and stuff that you have to do. It's not the holy grail of keeping your kitchen clean and organized. There's just a few things I've done personally and it's worked for me. So the first top tip that I do every time to ensure that my kitchen is kept clean and organized is to declutter my kitchen. Like, I can't even stress this enough, guys. As cooks, as chefs, as caterers, or just people who like to cook, you get so excited by so many equipment, so many spices from here and there, and you just store all of this in your kitchen. And funny thing is, half the time you don't even use them, so a lot of it is just taking so much space. So what I do at least every 3 months for my kitchen is that I declutter all the things that I don't need. So spices, I mean, there's some spices that I've had in my kitchen for a long time that you don't need to use, or you're not using them, just throw them away. I'm not by any means condoning waste, but there's certain things that you have in your kitchen that you're not going to use. Things in the freezer that have been in the freezer for over 6 months.
Throw them away. What's in the world? Why are they in your freezer for over 6 months?
It's always good to do like a kitchen inventory and just make sure that things that are out of date are out of your kitchen. Things that you don't use or you've not used in years are out of your kitchen. And also things that are broken or just don't work, why do you still have them? Clean them, take them out and throw it away, and you realize how much space you have created just by doing that for your kitchen, and your kitchen will thank you for it. Definitely. So the second thing I do to ensure that my kitchen is clean and organized is to have an abundance of antibacterial or antiseptic wipes and paper towels stationed at every point of my kitchen, just because you can't help but times when there are spills and there's just a mess in the kitchen, you just need to ensure that you have it in different places so it's easy to grab one and just clean as well, because they're also antibacterial, so you're ensuring that the spread of germs around your cooking surfaces is limited, very, very limited. So that's one. So the third thing I do to keep my kitchen organized is that I have little plastic containers where I put all of my spices in, and you must have seen them in some of my videos, is to just have plastic. You can use plastic or you can use glass, whichever one you can afford, of course, is up to you. But just to have the spices in like different containers and station them where it's easily accessible for you. So when you're cooking, you don't need to be going like a long distance to get this kind of spice, but it's just right there. And I usually have them just, I have two racks basically just side by side. So it's easy for me to add and to pick whenever I'm cooking. So tip number 4 would be to have labels. So this can be just like little sticky paper labels that I put them on my spice like the plastics I use to put my spices in, just to differentiate which spice is which. Because the truth is, when you're cooking and you're really busy and you're concentrating on this and that and everything, and you want to grab curry and then you accidentally grab turmeric because there's no labels and they kind of look the same, it's going to be a disaster of a dish. I know that definitely. So it's always good to have labels on so you can tell the difference, and these labels are not expensive. You can get like loads of them. I get mine from like Poundland, and also the plastic containers from like Poundland as well, so they're really affordable. It just helps you to differentiate what spices they are, and also if you're not the only one using your kitchen, it also helps everyone else who might be there to know that, okay, this is this and this is that, and just makes your little spice rack look good. So tip number 5 is that I use like plastic baskets where I put my spices in, and I kind of station them really close to my my gas cooker, my stove and everything. So the idea is to have basically a big enough container that can contain all of your spices in. So this could be a spice rack. I mean, you could get a spice rack if you want, that's fine. The only thing I don't like about spice racks is that you have to get the exact like bottle of spice to fit into the spice rack, and I don't always buy the same brand of spices, so, and not all of them always come in bottles, so I have them in baskets. But it all depends on you, what you choose to use at the end of the day, whatever makes you comfortable. So tip number 6 is that you can make use of airtight storage units. So you can use small ones, medium ones, big ones, depending on how large or small your kitchen is. I use medium ones, and they fit really well into my kitchen. And I use them to store dry ingredients or dry foods like rice, gari, couscous, yam flour. They're just really great to have all of them in, especially when you buy a large quantity, instead of sort of taking, the bag of rice, instead of sort of taking it in. And when I say bag of rice, I'm not talking about that 1 kg bag of rice. I'm talking about like 20 kg bag of rice. So instead of just taking the rice like just from the bag all the time, it's easier to just pour it out in an airtight storage unit, and then I can just like take the cups as I go along, which is easier and it's clean for me, and I think it's really one of the great things to have in your kitchen if you can have it, of course. So my tip number 7 would be to have a knife rack. Most importantly, I'm not a massive fan of having like knives just lying around in your cutlery cabinet, because it can be quite sharp and can be quite dangerous. So it's always easier to have a knife rack very close to where you're about to cook, so you can easily just take it out and it's safe because you know where your handle is and you just pull it out. And you can also have like the ones that come with where you can put your chopping board as well, which is easy because knives and chopping boards go together. So you have all of that in just one place next to your stove. So my tip number 8 would be to have a utensil or a cutlery organizer in your utensil cabinet. So it helps you to have your spoons, your forks, your bread knives, your cooking spoons or serving spoons, all in different parts of the organizer, which makes your cabinet look very clean and professional, in my opinion. So it's a really handy thing to have. For my number 9 tip, I would suggest having a soap and sponge like holder next to your sink, so where your soap goes in and where your sponge goes in, just to ensure that things are not spilled around or lying around empty in your sink, but you have a place where you keep it. It just makes your kitchen look a lot cleaner, a lot nicer, and a lot more professional, well, in my opinion. And my number 10 tip would be to ensure that you are regularly cleaning your kitchen. It is so important because you use your kitchen almost daily, if not daily, and the different ingredients that you use, different raw fruits, raw meats and stuff that you use to cook. So ensure that you are cleaning it on a regular basis. I clean my kitchen every day. That may be a lot for some people, but just ensure that you're cleaning your kitchen regularly to keep it clean and to ensure that germs are not around at all, and it looks clean, it looks professional and organized, and everyone likes a happy kitchen. So as a cheeky reward for staying to the end of this video, I have one more tip that definitely helps me keep my kitchen clean and organized, and that is, whilst you're cooking, ensure that you are cleaning as well. So you know, you can get like a lot of orders if you're catering or if you're just cooking for yourself. At the end of this cooking facade, you're left with like a stack of pots and stuff to clean, and you're tired. So for me, what I do always, and I do this every single time, is to ensure that whenever I'm cooking, I'm cleaning all the bits and pieces that I don't need, that I've used afterwards. So at the end of my cooking, I have less stuff to wash up and I have less things to clean. So that's my last and bonus tip for you guys. So thank you so much guys for staying to the end of this video. I really hope you learned something new, and I hope you liked it. I also hope I answered your question as well, and you know, if you think this video can help someone else, then please don't forget to share it. And if you really liked this video, don't forget to actually like the video, and if you haven't subscribed, subscribe right now. Of course, stay safe, eat well, and